Actually, it looks like we've got kind of a decent big room in here. It's, it'd be inconvenient if I did it, though. What I'm thinking is... like, I've got a chamber in here. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back out to this door. We're gonna put a block down here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is dig out this ceiling. We need to do this sort of thing anyway. We're gonna see how big of a room we can make using this pre-existing rectangle block. If we're lucky, we can make it huge. If we're not lucky, we're gonna just keep... we're just gonna keep cutting down into it up until we find the exact limitation. Size-wise. Okay. Plus, we're gonna have a big pit in the center of this area anyway. Because of this. Which is inconvenient. Okay, so far so good. But yeah, the other reason why age would be a curiosity for me is purely just because the idea of, like, you know, who would watch a YouTube series on this game, but also, like, who buys this sort of stuff? I don't know. I'm sure I could actually look up to some degree the audience metrics for that sort of thing. You know, how many 20-year-olds picked up this? Well, I guess that's easier with PC gaming because that kind of information's a little bit easier to get your hands on from, like, developers, even if Steam is incredibly limited. But I guess I also have a fair amount of audience metric stuff, so I could totally look up, like, how many men are watching me, how many women, how many kids, how many Norwegians. You guys are a separate classification entirely. I know what you do. I'll also admit, I have not been listening to the game music at all. In this entire situation, I've actually been listening to OC Remix just on my own because it's currently a Metal Gear Solid remix, and yes, please. I don't know how many of you guys have played Metal Gear Solid. I guess the series has kind of still been around. Metal Gear Solid was definitely a much more active series, I'd say, in my, I'm gonna say kind of in my youth. You know, the original Metal Gear games were a thing for a while. But then there was also the, you know, the Solid series, which was, what? PlayStation 2, and then PlayStation 3. And then I guess there's, like, Ground Zeroes and, like, a bunch of other, like, side games that kind of came out in the meantime. And then most recently, Metal Gear Solid 5. Which, you know, humorously enough, I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game, and I'm kind of afraid to. I'd like to, but they seem like the kind of game that, like, I'd want to do, but I'd suck at it. Like, I'd be really bad. It's a lot of dirt blocks. I should probably go drop off some of the things I have. We're going to be able to make so many pots after this. It's going to be absurd. Yeah, we'll go on a slime hunting, stick collecting quest after this, I think. But yeah, so Metal Gear Solid was a huge part of my... not growing up specifically. I actually didn't even pay any attention to the series up until I hit college, at which point I found a Let's Play from Chip Cheesem and General Ironicus, which, I mean, hands up if you guys actually know who those two are. Actually smaller than me on YouTube, but like a significant portion, which is really weird because they were the people that inspired me to start YouTube. Them and Gassy Mexican. And it's just odd to think that I've actually surpassed my at least one of my main two influences. But yeah, they did an absolutely wonderful Let's Play on Metal Gear Solid, and so as such, I've always just been like, I don't know if I want to play Metal Gear Solid, because I don't think I'm gonna match up with, like, what they did, because it was like an entirely post-commentary series with, like, editing and a lot of research and knowledge and multiple takes to make sure he shows off, like, every boss move and, like, weird thing. And so, as such, I have this, like, underlying just, like, I'm not going to match up with this. So why even bother? And, like, obviously, I should bother, but it's just one of those, like, it's one of those things that just sits in the back of your mind. Okay, let's stop here. Actually, let's see if we can turn this into a room right now. It's really lopsided, but maybe a little count. I'll just have a torch right there. It's an empty room. That's worth 60 points. Really? So empty rooms do not, no matter how big they are, they do not count any more than normal. Interesting. Okay. So we'll have to try in a second. I guess I should go do this now. But yeah, we're gonna grab 2 straw bedrolls. And we're gonna try and drag them down here and see if the point total increases the more, the bigger the bedroom is. And then we can also try the same thing with the kitchen. Let's do that now, actually. Seeing as we've got the empty room already defined. And we are here to do science. This is part of the reason why I was unwilling to... this is definitely going to get split into multiple episodes for you guys. But for me, it's just like, I don't want to stop recording. I want to actually get to the end of this mystery. Okay, so do we have any bedrolls here? The answer is no. Well, let's see. Can I build a cook fire? The answer is no, because I need broken branches and a bonfire. And a bonfire, I need broken branches and blue goo. Well, I guess let's go sleep for a bit. Because I don't have anything else I can do. And it's nighttime right now, so we're not going to have a whole lot of slimes to fight. I'd also like to fight Drakkies too, but we'll do that in a short bit. I think I'm also on my last club, so this actually makes a lot of sense. I'm actually really proud of what I've done so far. It's weird and dumb, but comparatively, who else is going to do this sort of thing? Maybe some players. Definitely some people along the way are going to do dumb, crazy things like I do. It's just, how many YouTubers? How many people have done Never Leave Sanctuary for YouTube? I guess a number, I've found out a number of, like, I'm not going to say poser YouTube channels, but, people that, you know, saw my series and wanted to do it themselves. I've actually had people ask for permission, and I'm just like, sure, go for it. I love the death animations for everything. You know, they have their own personalized death animation, but they also then explode into like a bluish smoke fire thing. It's really cool looking, actually. I'm just kind of in this relaxed mood. Helps that I'm, like, dirt tired, so I can just, like, go full zen here and not have to think about anything. I should make sure sticks respawn. I think they do. Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, we just sit around eating for a while my people fully just randomly generate sticks for me. I wonder if if they only regenerate when I log out, save, or do stuff like that. Probably. Also hope by the end of this game I can actually have some, like, pretty ridiculous equipment. So I can be super strong. Because it'd be fun to run around just pugilisming things for a while. I like games where fighting actually means something. Be on, like, a little bit of resources. Might as well grab that. Okay. I guess let's go back. We're not in danger, but I might as well rebuild my, my club collection a little bit. I think I've got 10 sticks total, and I can probably get a couple more. But yeah, I'll just keep scouring the area for sticks and goop. I'm also really glad in this game that the doors automatically shut. It's kind of an inconvenience for getting around and stuff, but at the same time, it's really nice. It's really nice because I don't have to think about Oops. About closing them, you know, letting the monster in by accident. I've had that happen a couple of times in Minecraft. Yes. For those of you wondering, I have played Minecraft in the past. I just don't like it that much. It's, I know there's some, like, good texture packs for Minecraft, but ultimately the game is not built to be pretty. It was built to be kind of... It was this, like, weird tech demo thing that Notch made that the internet found and was just like, oh my god, this is, like, the best thing ever. And then Notch was just like, I am suddenly, like, the richest game developer ever. And, you know, they definitely did a lot of development in Minecraft. And I'm not going to besmirch that at all. Like, pretty respectable amount of work they put in. But at the same time, by the end of it, it definitely was obvious that Notch was not in it anymore. But even then, like, no matter how much you polish Minecraft and how many shaders you put on and stuff, you couldn't have monsters that look this good. Pixelmon kind of has, like, nice Pokemon along the way, so I guess it's kind of possible. But, I don't know. Minecraft also runs very poorly. Comparatively to, like, a lot of games. This game runs real well. But then again, there's not a whole lot going on ever. Let's see. What else are we doing? Actually getting a bit of a sore throat here. Right, sticks. Because I probably have enough for all the clubs that I'm going to be clubbing. But I'm not entirely sure. And we're always going to need more of them. Plus, well, no. Eventually, I'm going to be working on the sky section. Which is going to be separate, too. Also, I'd mentioned Bildrick's tower. I might actually make Bildrick's hermit tower out of the general map area. Or town area. Either on a mountain or something. I'm not entirely sure. Main reason why is... Wait, do items just not despawn in this game if I leave them on the ground? I should test that. I can't imagine that that's been here this entire time. Maybe just something randomly died? I'm confused. But yeah. Seeing as we're Bildrick, there's no reason... There's no reason why we should actually have our weird tower anywhere remotely close to town. I mean, I'll probably have it close to town anyway. I don't think I'm gonna get to that slime easily, and that's okay. I don't care too much. But yeah, we don't need townsfolk coming to town along the way, so I can just do whatever I want. Okay, yeah, I do want to grab as many grass seeds as I can while we're here. So I'll probably just put it off, like, one of the entrances. What I might also do is, like, make a big, like, gate. Obviously, I don't think we're going to be able to make anything like a portcullis ray. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Taking damage, is impacting my, it hurts the durability on my rags, so technically now I'm going to be running around in this kind of weird set of booty shorts for the next week. We technically have enough cloth to make one more set of rags, but I'm going to save that for dragon hunting. Let's see. There's some really nice animation on these Drakkies when they attack, like stretch and skew and whatever. Looks real nice. Okay. I just gotta dodge these guys properly. Yeah, I want to pick up as many, I'm really curious about the actually... Okay, I was hoping I could get those stairs. Yeah, we should probably head back. Those wizards are gonna hurt. And I'm in the buff. And of course I put away all of my, what was that thing? Oh. It's one of the wizards. Okay. I wanted all of those. Whoa. We got a monster egg? Never heard of that before. There might be benefits to that. It's probably cooking only. Ow, ow, ooh, 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 fire. Fire hurts. Fire burns. I don't know if that was a chimera or what. But I don't want to stick around and experience that anymore. Looks like it's a chimera. No. It's a chimera and a wizard. Okay, this is why I should not have given up all of my chimera. Oh, it's another one. Okay. This is actually kind of dangerous. Mainly because I can't see anything, but still. Okay, I'm just gonna keep running. There is fire coming from behind. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Oh, the wizard teleports too. Yeah, so the wizard is the nighttime boogeyman. Hits hard, has a lot of HP, follows you forever. I get it. It's mean. Hey, we should have more than enough sticks for everything that we could possibly need right now. Which is great. Might actually have to fight this thing. In town limits. Well, that's okay. We'll be fine. If we're lucky, it's going to be just far enough away that the door closes. Let's see if I can hook it on. Yep, got it on the corner. All right, and we are safe. What? No. It can teleport into town limits. Well, we're okay now. Sort of. Not really. That was annoying. It should not be able to teleport into places that it can't path to. I made sure that wall was impenetrable, dang it. Alright, whatever. Okay, so what do I do with the monster egg? Recipes? Oh, fried egg? Dang, I was hoping I could, like, hatch it or something. But I'm betting if we come over here... Yep. So we can make a, we can fry an egg. Okay, well, I'm just gonna store that for the time being. And let's see. So we got a ton of slime. I'm just gonna drop off all these spare resources that we don't need right now. Right, we also got the camping thing. We got some more grass sticks too. Good. Question is, has anything else been made here? I'll grab the doors. I like the idea of these, like, masonry shops and whatnot. The problem is, it doesn't seem like the payoff is particularly substantial. And I'm not interested in talking to Pippa. Okay, let's build. Let's make a cook fire. Yeah, interesting. Despite the fact that I've got the the staircase down, it doesn't look like my villagers have been going down there at all. Let's see, I assume you have nothing else. Yeah, so this guy probably doesn't have any useful information for me for the time being. Okay. So let's check something. Oh, right. We needed a chest. Because, yeah, what we want to do is figure out what's the scalability on these rooms. So if I put a cooking station down here... Crude kitchen. Okay. So we've got the crude kitchen now. Does increasing the size matter? Oh. Oh. Okay, so there's our limits. Let's science this up a bit. Is it just this one? Okay, wait, what? Okay, I'm gonna wall this off for a second. Crude kitchen becomes smaller. Point total hasn't changed at all. So, yeah, so it looks like there is a maximum size. Oh, this is inconvenient. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make the kitchen again. We're gonna judge it by volume. Because it's probably, every room can max out at a certain size, you know, 50 blocks, 100 blocks, something like that. So we're gonna make the biggest room we can possibly make out of sheer curiosity, though we've already discovered one very important factoid here. It is way more efficient to have the smallest room possible. Yes. Sort of. Huh, that's an interesting point. Okay. Are you gonna get the kitchen back? The answer is no. Is that gonna get it back? The answer is no. Is that gonna get it back? Yes. Okay. So 1. So we've got a 2 by... We've got 10. Here, I got notepads here. Let's actually do some math and destroy my tripod. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. My my microphone is currently set up in such a way that it doesn't show. Well, no. It's set up in such a way that it's slowly sinking down just because the clamps are bad. Okay, so we have 20 plus. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 6 times 15. So, according to this, give or take a bit, I'm not entirely sure if ground things count here, but all rooms max out at about 100 tiles. So what you want to do is, I mean, for starters, what you actually want to do is make probably the smallest possible rooms you can, maybe. Kitchens are generally more efficient than bedrooms. Here, let's pick this stuff up. We'll be moving it around later. Kitchens are probably more effective because they're worth the most. Followed by bedrooms, though the possible notable exception is bedrooms are, you can fit more stuff in bedrooms. I don't know. The other thing is, like, grottos. Pot grottos might not be actually bad either. Because the point is, you can, each pot is worth like 40 or 50 or something like that, which is not a small number in the slightest. But so, by doing like this crazy pot grotto, nobody can go in, nobody even gives a dang about it, but it's worth a ton of points, which is the point. I'll have to, I mean, honestly, this is going to take a bit more research. I think for the time being, okay, well, here's the thing. I can actually do the math here and figure out what's the most efficient size for space. What I'm probably going to do is just make a very small test room that has the bare necessities for a room, and then see per small room what's the most efficient. And then pots and stuff. Like, I'm sure there are some of you guys out there that actually are going to be able to do this better than me. But I'm thinking about this now, and this is reminding me of high school math. And, like, you could totally calculate the most efficient room size possible. Because what you'd have to do is, all you'd have to do is add, you know, how much value you have per square of floor space. So in this case, like, if each pot is worth, like, 40 or 50, if each pot is worth 40 or 50, then each tile is worth 40 or 50. But so say if you have, like, a little 2x2 room filled with pots, that's only going to be worth 260 because it's a basic room. Oh, but no, it would be less because you got a torch in there, too. So it's not going to be much. So by having these, like, small rooms, that's not going to be worth it. Because you're just going to have this awkward, small, grubby little... Actually, let's just go around taking the top layer off here. We can take the bottom layer off later, because we're going to need to go through anyway. But yeah, so you can have this, like, awkward little, like, room. It's not going to be efficient with pots, but if you went up to 10 by 10, maybe. But the question is, like, how much do camping, like, the kitchen fires, how much are they all worth? And can I do, like, kitchen fires, chests? Like, it might actually be more efficient to just have a bunch of campfires, but then we're also limited by resource and stuff like that. There is math that could be done. It's just, that's more math than I'm willing to do right now. Not to mention, we're going to be replacing almost all of this when we get later. I'm mostly doing this as a curiosity sating thing. Because by doing all of this, I can more or less just sit here and pad this demo out for all it's worth. I'm mostly just hoping that by some sheer luck, it requires us to have, like, a high-level town. And what I can do is kind of ignore the grotto down below, for the time being. You know, just have, like, a really high-level town, because I've got this grotto filled with either pots or cooking fires or something. And then eventually we'd build it out so that we could, you know, we could monopolize what I've done down here, you know, what I've excavated. Love it that I'm wearing these, like, weird, dumb burlap booty shorts, along the way. But, yeah, so we'll just focus on the upper level, because it doesn't look like the NPCs are at all interested in falling down here. But I guess there's nothing to do down here either. So why would they? So it's very real that there's a very real possibility that nobody will do anything here. The other thing we need to check is if the crafting stations self-automate or not. What I mean by self-automate is, do the crafting stations automatically generate resources regardless of whether or not a NPC, you know, a random townsperson, is working on them. So, specifically, if I trap Rollo, Weird Hat Guy, and Pippa in a pit, which I will probably do at some point, I'll probably just close off the door to the shack they always sleep in. Do those resource stations still gather resources? Or do you actually need an NPC working on them? Because if that's the case, it might actually be more efficient to have, oh, this is gonna sound bad, but have little stations where it's a house with no door to the outside, with a cooking station, and it's a cooking station or a crafting station, and then there's also a bedroom. And so, you know, force the NPCs to work in this, like, tiny little sweatshop. God, that sounds terrible. And it is, and I feel like a terrible person for suggesting this. But, you know, this is the kind of insanity that you start getting into when you're trying to min-max a game. When you're like, what can I do to make this more effective, more absurd? And this might be our answer. It's an interesting question, and I don't know. Realistically, I'm probably not going to do it anyway, because the NPC resource generation sucks. But, seeing as I'm probably the world's leading expert on Dragon Quest builders, to the extent of the demo, I feel like I should have some level of, credentials here for figuring these things out. I mean, not really. It doesn't really matter, and I'm sure there's, like, a Japanese guy that knows way more than I do, obviously. Because the game's been out there, I think, since January, maybe? I don't know. International release dates are stupid, and I hate them. I didn't hear anything bad about the game, so that's usually a good sign. But yeah, it'd be the kind of thing that I'd like to learn eventually. Probably not today, probably not anytime soon, maybe towards the end of the series if I'm bored. Mainly because I really want to get this underground city working right now. Downtown isn't really that important in the grand scheme of things. But I don't know. It's cool. I mean, look at this. This is way nicer than it was earlier. I was really thinking about the idea of doing that horrible... we should probably do it this way. I really wasn't looking forward to having this horrible, like, claustrophobic underground area. And if I'm actually, like, going to use this for stuff, we might as well use it for something that's at least, like, visually appealing. Yeah, what I might actually do is actually add, like, a bunch of staircases or something going up and tear out the entire center of town, so we've got this just giant pit into town and then make this place almost look more like a quarry. I wonder if grass seeds work down here, because that could also make this place look really nice. That is something to test for another day. Okay, we are almost done digging this place out. I'm kind of hitting the end of my rope, and actually the end of my voice, but it's one of those where it's just like, I want to be able to build downtown by the next episode. I've already filmed 2 for today, and, you know, apart from just digging for 3 episodes straight, I would actually like to make some progress here. Progress is kind of loosely defined, but still. Oh yeah, we should probably start from these big, tall wall segments. I'll just do this. It's hard getting 3 blocks at the same time. It'd be nice if there's a highlight mechanism. You know, it highlights it if you're, the blocks you're going to be hitting. I'd rather appreciate that, actually. Okay, we're almost done. I'm gonna take out these big, dumb wall segments first, because they're the most inconvenient. The little one-high things are probably gonna be the fastest. Yeah, we still got that section over there, but that's okay too. What I might also do is actually dig a hole directly next to the town flag up above and drop down, mainly so I can actually put the teleporting device directly below. Because, you know, it'd be kind of cool if I like mirrored downtown with uptown or midtown. I don't know what I'm gonna do with uptown. Uptown might be a project post-release once we have some better building materials. Because I really don't want to have to dig... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to have to dig out an entire upper section of my town. Just to replace it with better-looking blocks. I'd rather save that for when I have more resources. Plus, if it turns out that I'm not going to be sticking around here... Oops. If it turns out I'm not going to be sticking around here for... I'm just going to get that 1 block. For, you know, chapter 2, 3, 4, whatever. then I'd very much like to be able to, you know, move on from here without getting real angry. And I'd be pretty crankle if it turns out that, this was all a giant waste of time and we can never come back. Wait, it's saying 999. I think that's a graphic, not a graphics bug. Just a bug nonetheless. Okay. Yeah, so let's just make as many oaken clubs as we can possibly make. We're gonna need all 14 of them, I guarantee it. Means we're gonna have to go out stick farming again, but we're gonna need to do that anyway if I'm going, if I'm gonna be building the grotto. Ah, so close. Let's just grab all of these things. There's a lot. Oh, right. I actually have to equip my clubs here. I don't even have clothing anymore. It's just clubs. I don't know where I'm storing them. But then again, where am I storing all of this dirt, too? We're either stupid strong, that little water skin next to me is actually a lie, or I don't know. Not like it actually matters. I'm just saying things to fill time. Wonder how much of that could be said of my entire YouTube channel. I'm definitely not bored. It's just a matter of just, well, is it? Dunno. Alright, we're on the home stretch. This is good. I've been waiting for this for like 3 episodes. Yeah, I think it would have been pretty bad if I had gone with the purely, with the 2 levels here. We definitely would have been able to fit in more stuff. And if I do decide to have some grottos, I might actually have grotto buildings as, like, separate things entirely. But still. The other thing we need to check is, like, if a building has a hole in it, does it stop being a building? You know, what are the upper limits before something breaks? You know, does it just need 4 walls and a torch? Can you put a roof over it immediately? Can you put a hole in the floor? What can you do specifically to maximize that each room? I'm legitimately curious. Interesting. Even if you don't see the HP bar, the blocks still remain damaged for at least some amount of time. I don't know what the limitation is, but still. Okay, final stretch. Can I get it all in a couple of swings? Kind of. That was awkward. But we now have downtown, which, I mean, to be fair, is nothing but just a dirt chamber with nothing in it. But we have it. And that's the point. Now let's not think about that for a second. I mean, I want to end this episode, but I figured let's plant some grass at the very least. Interesting. It looks like there's no grass zones for whatever reason. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, we're gonna have to murder some Draki here. At some point. Okay, still, town is looking a fair bit nicer. I'm gonna plant some grass up here. Yeah, we'll want to put grass in every room here, grass over here. Just because, I don't know, the idea of having a packed dirt floor, it's not bad, but like, I don't know, I can see grass being kind of nice. Might get a bit buggy, though. That'd be the one issue. I don't know, one way or another, we are in a great stopping point. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of Dragon Quest Builders. And as always, thanks for watching.